Paul, I know we're getting ready for our own warm-up this weekend, but
Yeah.
nothing like the rest of the country.
No, just the way things have been positioned that we get an occasional influence in that heat dome, but it kind of builds in and then it goes away and it comes back and it goes away. It doesn't last more than about 48 hours. And this weekend, about 48 hours of inland heat. And along the coast, yeah, Liz doesn't get out of the fog that easily. No, not yet.
It's going to have to be really unusual for me to get out of the fog till October.
Got to wait for Labor Day. Let's take a look at what's happening out there right now. Yeah, fingers crossed. Plenty of fog and even some drizzle out there. The Golden Gate Bridge is already socked in, or still socked in more appropriately. And we're going to see that through the rest of tonight. The fog spreading well across the bay by early Thursday morning. One more cool day tomorrow with temperatures topping out about 5 to 10 degrees below average. We return to near normal on Friday, and then the inland heat is back Saturday and especially on Sunday. That's the peak of this next little warm spell. But we already back down to near normal temperatures on Monday. You can see the progression over the next 10 days. The roller coaster ride for Concord, which is going to be below average tomorrow, almost exactly normal Friday, hot this weekend, and then back to very close to what's typical for early August, Tuesday all the way into the second weekend of August. If you can get through that heat this weekend, we'll be okay. In terms of air quality, we had a few yellow dots on the map today, but in general, we were in good shape there. The smoke drifting down from the flat fire in Oregon, that fire has been sending out a few more waves of it. It looks like some of that could make its way into our skies tomorrow, especially from the Golden Gate northward and right along the coast. So you may dip into the moderate category there. Looks like that's going to thin out a little bit, and that next wave of smoke maybe stays out over the ocean on Friday. So pretty good air quality for the end of the work week. But then as the heat builds Saturday and Sunday, that's the type of weather setup that tends to trap ground level pollution. So instead of wildfire smoke blowing in from Oregon, it'll just be locally produced ground level ozone that might deteriorate our air quality. Seeing some sunshine out there right now. It's not going to take long for the fog to take over again. Temperature in San Francisco is 61. It's just 3 degrees warmer across the bay. And those inland temperatures are all in the 70s. Even the warmest spots are just briefly getting up to around 80 degrees this afternoon. Enjoy this while it lasts. If you're heading out to the Giants game this evening, layer up. The Diamondbacks are not going to feel at home. It is not snake weather. It is not desert weather. Temperatures are going to be around 60 at game time and then backing down into the 50s as we head through the rest of tonight. The fog is going to be widespread to start the day on Thursday. We'll see it backing up out of the inland valleys pretty quickly, but your temperatures will remain cool. Along the coast, you're going to be stuck in the gray once more, and likely again on Friday. Maybe a little bit earlier clearing around the bay on Thursday afternoon. Temperatures tonight dropping down into the 50s pretty much across the board. High temperatures tomorrow will be that 5 to 10 degrees below what is normal for this time of year. Right around 60 along the coast, a mix of upper 60s and low 70s down the peninsula and around the south end of the bay. Mid to upper 70s for most of the Santa Clara Valley, maybe around 80 for Morgan Hill and Gilroy. A mix of 70s and 80s inland of the East Bay, 70s in the Tri-Valley, low 80s in the Delta. That's as high as we're going. We can handle that in August. Low 60s in San Francisco with mid to upper 60s for Oakland. Mid to upper 70s for most of the North Bay until you go farther north. Of course, farther inland, your temperatures will be warmer. But even those spots in Lake County that are typically around 100 degrees this time of year, just right around 90. Temperatures will peak this weekend. It's not much of a peak in San Francisco and in Oakland. And actually, the 7-day forecast hasn't updated. These are yesterday's numbers. So everything's offset by a day. I will kick the computer during the next commercial break and see if we can get the right numbers on the right day. Generally the same pattern, just everything is kind of offset by one day. So that's how you know it's live TV, because if this was recorded, we would just start over.
Well, you made it work anyway.
Yeah.
It's going to get hot. There you go. There's your headline.
There you go.
All right. Thanks, Paul.